So if you're comfortable pair programming with your AI assistant, well, get ready because you just got a promotion. We're going to talk about the big shift from working with just one AI to actually managing a whole team of them. This is the move from what people are calling vibe coding into the wild new world of agentic coding. So let's kick things off. What are we even talking about when we say vibe coding? Well, it's probably what most of us are doing right now, that constant back and forth, that tight little loop you have with an AI assistant. But the next step, the real evolution, is about stepping back. It's less about being a co-pilot and a whole lot more about being the air traffic controller for an entire fleet of specialized AIs. And this quote from Kieran Klassen just hits the nail on the head. He's basically saying this isn't some small, incremental change. It's a total rethink of what a developer does. You're not just collaborating with a tool anymore, you're managing a team of highly capable, well, colleagues. And this slide just lays it all out perfectly. On one side, you've got vibe coding. You're the pair programmer, in that constant back and forth, doing one thing at a time. But then you look at agentic coding, and boom, your role completely changes. Now you're a manager, a tech lead. Your job isn't to code, it's to delegate and orchestrate, overseeing multiple complex projects that are all running at the same time. Yeah, it's a completely different ballgame. Okay, so if you're the manager, who's on your team? We're not talking about one do-it-all AI anymore. No way. We're talking about building out a specialized squad where every agent has a very specific role to play. So let's meet the new hires. And check this out. This is a perfect practical example that somebody shared on Reddit. It's a manual system, but it's brilliant. You've got your architect to do the planning, you've got your builder to do the actual coding, you've got a validator to handle all the testing, and a scribe for documentation. Each one has a clear job, and they all work off a shared plan. It's simple, right? But it's also super powerful and incredibly effective. And this isn't just some clever hack from a user. Nope. The industry is definitely paying attention. Tools like Claude Code are now shipping with these specialized agents baked right in. You can spin up a dedicated debugger, a code reviewer, even a data scientist, basically on demand. The AI team isn't just a theory, it's becoming a feature. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. What's the magic behind the curtain that makes all this team-based stuff possible? Well, the answer is a core technology called Subagents. This is the engine that lets a main AI act like a manager and hand off work to its team of specialists. Now, the key thing to understand here is that a subagent isn't just a slightly different prompt. It's its own separate, isolated assistant. It has its own context, its own instructions, and really importantly, its own permissions for what tools it can use. So when your main manager AI sees a job that fits a subagent's skills, it just delegates the whole thing. And you might think, oh, this sounds super complicated. But what's incredible is how easy it is to get started. You really don't need a deep background in AI to start building your team. I mean, look at this. You can literally just describe what you want the agent to do, pick the tools it's allowed to touch, choose a model, and boom, you're ready to go. It takes just a few minutes. And the why behind all this? Well, the benefits are just massive. By handing off tasks, you keep your main conversation with your primary AI clean and focused. That's huge for preserving context. You can enforce security by giving an agent, say, read-only access. You can even save money by sending simple jobs to faster, cheaper AI models. And best of all, you can reuse these specialists over and over again. So you've got the team. The next logical question is, how do you actually manage it? How do you orchestrate all this? Well, it turns out there's a whole range of ways to do it, from super simple manual setups to these really sophisticated automated systems. Okay, so level 1 is the simplest way to get started. It's that manual approach we saw from the Reddit post. You are the manager, you are the orchestrator. You run each of your specialist agents in its own terminal window, and you coordinate all their work using a shared file, like a markdown doc, as the single source of truth. It's low-tech, for sure, but it gets the job done. All right, now let's level up. This is where things get really interesting. Kieran Klassen has this brilliant workflow where he uses Git work trees, which are basically like isolated sandboxes for your code. This allows him to spin up multiple AI agents and have them all coding different features on the same project at the same time, without them ever conflicting with each other. Truly parallel development. And that brings us to the final level, level 3, the fully automated orchestra. We're starting to see dedicated tools pop up, like CC Swarm, that are built for one purpose, managing your AI dev team. They handle all the complicated stuff.
delegating tasks, managing who does what, and running everything in parallel. This is where your team of agents really becomes a cohesive, high-output swarm.
So, what does all this mean for you, the developer? The big takeaway here is that the very nature of your job is changing, like right now. The skills that are becoming most valuable are shifting away from pure implementation and much more towards direction and strategy. And the payoff for making this shift is, wow, it's pretty clear. You get a massive boost in velocity because work is happening in parallel. Your quality goes up because you have specialist AIs focused on things like testing and security. It just transforms the whole process from messy and ad hoc to something that's structured, planned, and incredibly systematic. Which really leaves us with one last big question to chew on. If your AI team is handling the architecture, the building, the testing, and all the documentation, what's left for the human to do? The answer is the most important part. Your value isn't in the keystrokes anymore. It's in the vision. It's in the strategy. It's in being the leader.